It's time! Hit that ball!
Remember for radio with your host, Genty.
It must be ass!
Yeah, fucking Jen is a warlord.
And deciding to sit in the urinal. Like, oh, this is the best. I love this water park. Oh, God, flush it again. Flush it again. This is an amazing ride. You're, like, surrounded by, like, water slides and lazy rivers and wave pools. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what? You mean there was other rides than the urinal ride? That fucking piss ride I spent my whole life in? That's it, man. And that's I think probably is a sad moment in a person's life if you get too close to the end and you realize you were the urinal ride. You were fucking sitting in a toilet in a water park for your whole life and pretending you were in the ocean. And it's like, that's a tragedy, which is why there is if you are a suffering person, if you're lost in pain, if you're lost in depression or whatever the fuck it is, you gotta fight. Right? You gotta fight because it's a water park. It's a blast out here, man.
It's so worth it. It's so worth it if you do. And you think, like, people are so obsessed with this idea of control, right? But the people obsessed with this idea of control aren't really in control. And that's like the great illusion of it all. Like, I don't want to take psychedelics. I'm afraid of losing control. Bitch, you're not in control right now. Your fucking fear's in control.
Ooh, that's good.
Your lust is in control. All of these things are actually controlling you right now. And this thing that you're saying, I'm worried about losing control, it's really actually gaining control. It's like the whole backwards game.
Wild.
Big joke of the universe. Like, I don't want to lose control. I like being in control. Motherfucker, you're so far from being in control. You know, you got this little tiny reptilian basilisk in your brain called the amygdala. It looks like a fucking Super Mario villain just calling out the shots, just Bowser, like, do this, do this.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rambo Pro Radio. I am your host, Genty. Whew. So excited to talk to you. We are gonna dive right into some shit. Like, for starters, I have spent the week listening to the entire Aubrey Marcus podcasts that he has published. If you don't know who Aubrey Marcus is, he is the CEO of On It Supplements, Joe Rogan's best friend, sponsors at Wolfmate, aka Jason Ellis, and so many other rad people. On It Supplements. Don't worry, it's not a paid commercial, but I'm just talking about this guy. And somebody suggested to me that I would like the Aubrey Marcus podcast, and I disregarded the suggestion because I just knew. I knew myself, and I knew that Aubrey is a big guy about ayahuasca and mushroom therapy, which is cool. No judgment there. But my rationale behind it was that I said, man, I'm not really cool on the psychedelics because I don't want to lose control. And as the clip I just played to you in the intro of the show, apparently I'm not in control. So that makes me completely nervous to know that I am not in control, and that my fear is in control. While I stand before you, well, actually I'm sitting, I will tell you today that I will no longer let my fear control me. But will I take psychedelics? Probably not. But there's a reason behind it. We all experience traumas in our life. It's not just select people. It happens to everybody, and it's how we cope with certain things. And for me, a lot of times I relive a lot of those traumas every time I go to bed, which is part of one of the reasons why I struggle with sleeping, because my mind will not shut off playing the negative thoughts over and over and over again, or the horrible memories that I've experienced over and over again. And so my thought process is taking mushrooms and experiencing a heightened sensitivity of these horrible things does not sound like a fun time to me. Now, might be fun for everybody else who love doing all that, but I don't think I want to do that. But there's a potential for me, I know, to correct this. Maybe not so much with mushroom therapy. That might be the deepest way to unleash myself from those fears. My thinking is that there are other ways that I can eliminate some of these fears or the negative, and that is to start taking responsibility for these thoughts and these actions. Nobody else is giving me these thoughts but myself. So I simply need to be better about not telling myself negative things. I've got a strong body. It doesn't look like it because I'm on Team Patty McFatty, but I've got a strong body and maybe a weak mind. But that doesn't mean I can't fix it. That doesn't mean that I am weak. I'm just merely trying to identify the potential hazards that are in my mind that are projecting onto my reality. Case in point, it's something I've struggled with for years, and that's being an emotional eater. When things are good, I necessarily won't really eat because I'm too busy having fun and enjoying my life and doing things. But when things are really bad, when things are fucked up, I'll just eat whatever. And it sucks, and it's the reason, one of the many reasons why I've gained weight over the holidays, because it's difficult for me to get through the holidays based on some past family issues during the holidays or some other just lady drama, the usual crap, the usual bullshit that I somehow let weigh myself down. Never mind the fat, just the bullshit. And I know that based on different reading I've done, this book called Emotional Bullshit and Beyond Blame, it's important for me to take responsibility and accept the fact that I've got a problem and I need to address it. Do you have a problem? Do you need to address it? Take responsibility for it. You'll feel better in the long run for it. Just admit to what is going on with you. Take responsibility for it. You then take the power back away from that fear or that emotional baggage you're carrying with yourself. Or, in my situation, me. My thinking is that the reason why I'm still single, or the reason why I get upset when I get nothing but just gross people who slide into my DMs and say the most absurd things in my life. God. It's because I am what I attract, and I say absurd, stupid things to myself, so therefore I'm receiving absurd, stupid things from people in my DMs, and I don't want that anymore. So I want to attract cool, positive vibes. I want to attract some hotties with the bodies, and therefore I need to do the same with myself. I need to create a body that is quote-unquote attractive, and I need to take better care of myself, both mentally and physically. My belief, or at least what I've been told from Mr. Aubrey Marcus, is that things will change. Things will get better. It's merely a temporary snag in a blip in my life, and that if I overall progress forward to that goal, that life I want, that things will get better. So it's just the power of changing my thought process. Every time that there's a negative thought, to stop and recorrect that negative thought and reinforce it with something positive. Can you do that, people? Can you do that for yourself? I know some of you out there listening are struggling. I know 1 out of the 11 listeners that listens to this may struggle sometimes. We all do. If you don't struggle, I don't believe you. You probably shouldn't listen to that show, because I don't like liars. All right? So if you're lying to yourself, fuck off. And that's probably me. I would turn this off, but I kind of have to do this show. So I'm telling myself to go fuck myself, which are the candies I actually bought. Side note, the candies I bought I got in the mail actually say go fuck yourself on them. And I bought them for a reason, because I am not a big fan of Valentine's Day. Even when I had a Valentine, I'm just not a big fan of it, because I grew up in a household where you weren't exactly allowed to be lovey. I mean, at least when I say lovey, I mean like me and my mom were cool, but my dad was very cold, very just keep to himself. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. And so it's weird for me to experience love or positive things from people, because I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. So I'm trying to get in the habit of correcting those negative thoughts. I'm going to go fuck myself and tell myself, nah. I'm cool. I deserve this. It's not being conceited, because I used to think, oh, that's just being conceited if you love yourself. No, that's not true. It's all right to love yourself, just not too much, because your wrist might hurt. No, but you know what I mean. You want to give yourself a pat on the back, at least daily. I mean, we don't have to have a damn trophy. You know, I'm not all about giving out trophies every fucking time. But pat yourself on the back daily. Let yourself know that you're alive and you can do this and you can get this shit done. You can take care of business. You don't have to let any motherfucker stop you out there. You don't have to let any motherfucker stop you out there. It doesn't matter who that is. Your mom, your dad, your auntie, your nan, your granddad. Nobody. Nobody can stop you but you. Don't be a prisoner of your own mind like your dear host Rambopra, which all this fucking week, I'm telling you, was so fucked up. I was literally getting 2 hours of sleep, worrying about a whole bunch of crap I couldn't control, replaying over and over again, and I can't get that time back. And I also put myself at risk for a shit ton of accidents. I'm surprised I'm still alive talking to you guys right this moment. Or ladies, because, you know, I don't want to offend anybody. But the point is, we need to be good to ourselves, and then we can be good to each other. There's so much destruction and tearing ourselves down daily with these social media crap, and my idea is better than yours, and you're stupid, you're dumb, fuck you, no fuck you. It's like, God, we just need to figure it out. We realize that, hey, guess what? That's somebody else's idea. That's their perspective. You have your perspective. It doesn't make both of you wrong. It doesn't make both of you right either. You just need to learn to coexist. With Valentine's Day, it's just, I'm learning. I think it's because I'm so uncomfortable with love that I'm getting better with time. You know, being around people, hugs. I'm forcing myself to hug people, maybe hug people a little bit longer, because I don't know when my time is up, goddammit. I do know I'm living on borrowed time. So I want to make the best out of myself so I can inspire other people to do the same. Because Valentine's Day is like, oh, lovey-dovey stuff. And like I mentioned before, I struggled growing up in a home where that really wasn't the case. I'm trying to teach myself, I'm forcing myself to say, you know what, it's okay, love is cool. We can love each other and love one another. Sometimes you can bone too if you want, if that's your thing. But the point is to, you know, Valentine's Day, it's some stupid whatever holiday, but you don't need Valentine's Day holiday to show love to people. You can do that every day. You can, with a hug, some positive reinforcement, buy your friend a beer if that's your thing, or buy your friend some tacos, or share a slice of pizza. You know, we need to, as humans, do better about lifting each other up. And the only way we can lift each other up, people, is if we lift ourselves up first. Pick yourself up off the ground, dust yourself off, and let's get to business. In training, I noticed I focus on a lot of mistakes I made. Even though I've got people telling me to my face, hey, you did great. Hey, you did great. Hey, you did great. I just don't want to believe it. But the good news is now that I've got this whole way of thinking reinforced in my brain, I mean, I knew about it before, but sometimes I forget. I'm getting back into the habit of accepting compliments. I'm always sitting here waiting for the rejection or the negative that I don't believe the positive or the compliment. So in the process of me driving from training, I literally don't even know if the light was green or not. I just went, and I probably could have caused an accident, but I was so deep in thought and focusing on the negative that it was literally affecting my driving, and I had to pull over and just stop it. I'm taking control back. I need to focus on my driving so I can make it home, so I can do this radio show, Rambo for Radio. I need to stop beating myself up about the mistakes I make in training, and because the problem is starting to happen where I'll be in the moment and I'm enjoying the moment, but then when I get in my car and I'm driving home and I get home and I just sit in my living room and I'm like, oh, I fucked up. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. I should have been here. I should have been there. And it just spirals out of control. So no more of that. No more of that. We're going to focus on the positive so I can enjoy the training that I'm having, because I got into it to have fun and, of course, also lose weight. My main goal is to have fun, to train and to have fun. So I want to get back to that. I want to get back to having fun when I go and train, and I don't need to take my anger out on myself or anybody else at the gym, because people aren't going to come if I'm just going to be a dick in there, or I'm not going to want to go if I'm constantly being negative to myself. So no more negative thoughts, positive thoughts. I'm going to celebrate the good things. I'm learning to let go. I've got this weird kind of, I'll get you, you did this to me, so I'll do this to you kind of thing still going on. I'm a little bit more in check of it because I'm aware. I've got this weird, funky thing from my mom, and I so desperately wish, like a cancer, to remove it, which is vengeance. I should say that it does come from my mom, but more importantly, it comes from my grandma. My grandma was a ruthless lady, and not too many people that really knew her, if they really, really knew my grandma, they knew she was a bitch. And they also knew that she was a bitch just because. And she suffered from bipolar disorder, dissociative disorder, and basically would be happy, would revel in the joy of people's demise or their destruction. My mom is not necessarily like that, but she can be a very vengeful person based on sometimes her actions or her tone. And for me, some of that started to seep into my life as I get older. I'm recognizing it and I shut it down. But I notice it comes back at work when I've got a horrible customer who's cussing me out or treating me like shit, and I've not done anything wrong, and I lose control and immediately want to cut them up. Immediately want to destroy this person, either mentally or potentially clocking out of work and then physically destroying this person. But I know at the end of the day that that's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to remain in control, to stay calm, and despite this person shredding me to bits, that it is just a projection of themselves. And I'm learning to get a hold of it. I know that if I were to project back what they're projecting to me, there's a potential for me to lose my job. There's a potential for me to go to jail. And I don't want those things. So I know it's important for me to remain calm, practice peace, internal peace inside of myself, and let this person go about their business. And if I can't handle it, and be like, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me get my boss. Because that's what they get paid to do. Get paid lots of money to handle the hot mess express. And if you're going to be a dick, if you're going to be a bitch-ass bitch, I'm not going to put up with it. There's only so much abuse I can handle. And I think that's why I kind of got into the position that I was in with the negative thoughts is because I interact with so many people in a day, and 9 times out of 10, they're negative as fuck. 9 times out of 10, they are negative assholes. It's very tough not for me to absorb that, because when I'm done talking to those negative assholes, sometimes that turns my coworkers into negative assholes. And then we got a whole workplace of negative assholes vomiting everywhere, spreading the bullshit everywhere. And that environment creates toxicity from within. And sometimes I get infected with that. I do my best not to let it show, but unfortunately it comes out in another way. Hence me not getting any sleep. Hence me beating myself up because I've somehow tricked myself into thinking that this is what I deserve. Speaking of tricking yourself into thinking that's what I deserve, I've got a friend of a friend. This friend is struggling. I mean, struggling to function day to day. Struggling. And the 11 of you who listen to the show, I'm sure you're completely aware who I'm talking about. Maybe you're not. Maybe you can ask me later. Maybe you don't give a fuck. Who cares? Here's the story anyway. This friend is struggling day to day to the point where I believe that they are going to end their life. And there is no amount of talking. There is no amount of hearts on Instagram. There's no amount of tweets. There's no amount of Snapchats that I can do that anybody else has done to save this friend. I've tried everything. I've seen other people intervene and try things. And it just keeps going on and on and on. And I don't know what else to do to show this friend that, like the clip I played in the beginning. Oh, you like this. You're at a water park, but you would rather sit in the urinal and keep hitting the flush button on your life. You've got a water park. You got a lazy river. You got inner tubes. You got slides. You've got ices. You've got wave pools. You've got all of this cool stuff that you could experience, that you can have in your life. But instead, you sit there and you wallow in your own shit. You wallow in your own shit and piss. And you keep hitting the button. You keep hitting the flush and thinking, well, I don't know anything else but to be negative, so let me just keep being negative to a point where I'm just going to end it all. I'm just going to end it all over and over and over. Why don't you wake the fuck up? It's so easy to give up. It's so easy to quit. It's so easy to take the easy way out and go, ooh, I'm just going to kill myself. Ooh, I'm just going to sit here and be all mopey all the time and sad and depressed. What the fuck, man? You wake up every day and you do this. Hey, guess what? You have eyes, you have ears, and you got a heartbeat. We all go through fucked up shit. But we're still living, right? We're still ticking. You still gotten the opportunity to take a breath and breathe. There are other people who don't get that opportunity. They go to bed and they don't wake up. That's it. Or they go to their school and they get shot. There's got to be a way to wake up and realize your thinking is fucked up. That's okay. It happens. But let's work on trying to fix your thinking. Let's make it better. Let's start with positive reinforcements. Let's take it one day at a time. One foot in front of the other. Even if you don't want to get out of bed. I don't know. Get out of bed and roll your bed outside and lay outside. What the fuck? It infuriates me and it frustrates me. I know, like I mentioned earlier, that I've got a problem with negative thoughts every now and then. The constant day-to-day. The negative. It's fucking destroying my friend. And I'm not really sure that I'm not really sure if I can save my friend or not. I've got other friends trying to save my friend. Nothing's working. So what do I do? Just give up on my friend? Do I let my friend blow his brains out? Do I get out my sword, my truth sayer, my lie slayer sword, and cut the rope on this kid? What am I supposed to do, y'all? All 11 of you listening, sorry, it's been 27 minutes of negative Nancy. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But fuck. You gotta help me out. Do I save the friend or let him drown in his own negativity? Because I feel like when I am around this person or when I'm exposed to this person, it makes me feel negative. Just like when I'm at work and I'm around negative people at my work, the fuck away from me with that. I don't want any part of that because it's so infectious. It is so toxic. I don't want no negative Nancy's around. Yuck. Makes me want to barf. I swear it. I can't stand it. I can't freaking stand it. I know it's not easy being positive. It's not easy being positive, Pat, all right? It's hard. It's hard as fuck. But the whole thing is, don't you want a challenge? If shit was easy, you wouldn't do it, right? So do it. Why don't you go out and be a positive Pat? Pat yourself on the back. Be a positive Pat. I did a little poly poll. I had a question of the day, and I'm glad I did it before the show. So that way I got some input to talk about it on here. And that was, would you come to my funeral? And as always, when I publish these polys on Twitter or Snapchat, they are completely anonymous. I can't see what you voted. It just gives me a percentage, yay or nay. So please feel free to be honest. Vote away. My thinking is I just do it to touch base, to maybe inspire people or think about things. And the reason why I came up with this question is because Gary Vee talked about having one winner friend and cutting out one loser friend. Case in point, the friend who does absolutely nothing, who's not bringing anything to the table. Not necessarily to you, but to their life or your friends around you. You don't want that. That influences you. Whoever's in your circle of friends. If they are dead weight, you've got to cut them out. And then there's that winner friend, the one that motivates you to do great things, to do epic shit. I hope your dear host Rambopra is one of your friends to do epic shit. I hope you all have a rad winner friend. Maybe if it's not me, you're just listening to me because you're a hater and you want to tell all your little hater friends that, ooh, Jen's life is fucked up. Ooh, isn't that funny? Evaluate what's around you. And if you surround yourself with people of like-minded thinking, of winner mentalities, it strengthens your ability to win. And when I say win, I mean win at life, whether it's getting that super duper hottie with the body husband or that super duper hottie with the body wife or partner or spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend or job or career, whatever the case may be. You are the company that you keep. You are what you eat. Your dear host Ramboper is a Patty McFatty. Sometimes I eat fatty shit. Sometimes I eat good stuff. I know I'm educated enough to realize what I'm doing is wrong. 80% of the time, I'm on. 20% of the time, I'm off. And apparently that 20% is so large that it's causing me to gain weight. So maybe I cut back to 10 and do 90. How about that? See there? That's the realization of self. Gary Vaynerchuk asked or presented this question on the Aubrey Marcus podcast. He only wants winners because he only wants to keep people around in his life that are there for him as much as he is there for them. It's 100%. It's forever friends. I'm in the process of my life where I'm looking for forever friends. I'm not bullshitting. I'm not making excuses. I'm not going, I'm going to go to a rock concert. I'm going to go to this. I'm going to go to the movies rather than hang out with my friends. Or, I'm going to go this way, not that way. But then turn around and be like, I don't have any friends. No, sweets. That's your damn fault. That's your damn fault. You don't have any fucking friends because you're always blowing them off because you're always doing stupid shit. And people get fed up with it. No more excuses. No more nothing. I am doing the best to surround myself with people who are here to the end, who are forever friends. And I know that there's not going to be that many. If the more the merrier. But I know that there's not going to be that many. And so when I said what I said, when I asked, would you come to my funeral? I want to know, are you going to see Rambo for to the end? Are you going to see me to the death? That could be tomorrow. That could be next week. It could be next month. It could be next year. It could be even 50 years. I don't fucking know. But what I do know is I'm on a path and a journey to make forever friends with my forever homies. And if you want to be my forever friend, you want to be my forever homie, be there. Be consistent. Be honest. Be truthful. Don't bullshit yourself. Don't bullshit anybody else. Keep it fucking real. Of course, you want to know the results. Ha ha! 100% yes. All right. 100% of people said they'd come to my funeral. That's pretty cool. Let me see some of your comments. Everybody's comments were pretty funny. So let's go. Taking a poll. Who would come to my funeral? I need show material. So 20 comments. Let's see what we got here. At Twisted Metal Fab, do you validate parking? Of course I do, mijo. Of course I do. Let's see what else we got. Could someone go live on Instagram? California's a hell of a drive at Mike's News. The way you run, buddy, you'll be here in 2 or 3 days. Come on. At Charlie Doesn't Surf, a fucking oath. Well, I appreciate you, mate. You are one sick cunt for sure. This ain't Chinese whispers. You're the real deal. At Dreadlock Betty, of course. Love you too, cuzzo. At Slevin Million, I'd go in a rainbow suit just for you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. At James Half Brown, I'll sing a 311 song. Ooh. And we get funky like this. My slinky brown is in my brain. Now I'll never be the same Bellini. Now I know what I get. Okay, all right. Enough 311. Okay. Amy Cakes at Amy Cakes 69. Yes, she is raising her hand. Yes, Miss Haunty Girl. Yeah, she's coming. At Moto Kenzo, sure, but we'll throw you in the freezer until next Ellis Mania and have the funeral there. Vegas, baby. Oh my God. Oh, let's see. At Caesar 8, Caesar Greater 8, I would come and do a recreation of how you died in my favorite poem, puppetry. My favorite medium, puppetry. So make sure you give me something good to work with. I've been putting the fun in funerals since 1984. Oh, God, Caesar. You're killing me. At Ruby Red Hooker, obviously, duh. I will text her back. Yes, haunting girl. Oh, I love you guys. I believe the winner of the comments was indeed Goosery. At Gooser. Will this be Weekend at Bernie's style? At Gooser, great comment. I love it. At the Gooser. Thank you guys for participating in that show question of the day. I so greatly appreciate it. Participation is the key to life, people. And we all have choices. You can choose not to participate or you can choose to participate. But in the end, the choice is yours. And I would love it if you guys participate in sharing love with each other so you don't have to wait till my funeral to tell terrible jokes about me or make fun of me. I want you guys to share. Get into the habit of speaking to someone you love or care about on the daily. Share positive informations. Share joy. Jennifer Aniston is single again. Lord have mercy. Hola, mami. Mucho gusto. Oh my gosh. Hello. Okay, first and foremost, I used to think that Jen Aniston was the most uptight bitch on the planet. Now, that was until one day when your dear host Rambo was strolling around the Hollywood area, the WeHo persuasion, and I saw at this little cafe, coffee shop, or some kind of Mexican restaurant. Can't remember the name. Maybe I'll remember later. Go fuck yourself. Probably not. I saw Jennifer Aniston, sitting down at a cafe, enjoying her lonely time. I don't know if she was waiting for somebody. Maybe it was Justin Theroux at the time, or maybe she just got dumped by Brad and she was out by herself. So I literally just walked up and sat in the table like next to her or something, and she was just hanging out. And I ordered my food, and I was just sitting there, and I was getting all charged up to go on the prowl to talk to the ladies at the Abbey Bar and Grill, the gay mecca that is the Abbey. And I heard, excuse me, excuse me, do you happen to have a light? I'm like, do I have a light? Oh my gosh. I had a light for Jen Aniston, motherfuckers. That's right. Jen Aniston asked me for my lighter, and y'all, I don't even smoke, but that was the reason I carry a lighter. It's because hot chicks want to smoke the cigarettes. And though I might not find that necessarily attractive, sometimes it is. I was like, oh damn, Jennifer Aniston is trying to smoke her cigarette, and the only way she's gonna smoke her cigarette is if I give her a light. Oh man, what a rad moment in celebrity history for myself. It's pretty hot. And then shortly thereafter that, my idea of her started to change. And then, of course, Horrible Bosses came out. Whoa, bro. Jen Aniston's on fire. So if you're listening to this, Jen Aniston, remember the Patty McFatty who gave you a light for your cigarette back like fucking 10 years ago? I want you to call me. Come and move to the Shits Bernardino. Come and move to the Shits Bernardino. The Ramboper Studios. I got a bunk bed in the Ramboper Studios you can sleep in. Oh, God damn it. I'm terrible. School shooting in Florida. Fuck, it's got everybody all bummed out. Everybody going back and forth on gun control, this and more guns, less guns, you, them. But nobody actually really addresses the problem. And I've come to the realization that the problem is mental health. Whether there's less guns or more guns, people kill people, not guns. Can we be logical about this? People kill people. If you take all the guns away, guess what? Criminals still get guns. And what you gonna do when you don't have a gun? Criminals not gonna be like, oh, the law says we gotta turn in our guns, so everybody let's turn in our guns. No, this isn't how this shit works. That means if we all turn in our guns, that means the criminals are like, cool, we won. And the same could be said for the other way. Let's give everybody a gun. I think the problem potentially is a lack of mental health care and the overabundance of prescription medication. You got everybody doped up and used to the feeling of not feeling like themselves due to these shitty ass prescription medications. My thought is, fuck you, Ronald Reagan. The moment you cut medical funding back in the day and let all the loonies out of the loony bins and cut back mental institutions funding for all of that, and you just let our mental fam on the street, people who are struggling with issues, who need medical attention, and there isn't enough funds to do that, or made these services so unobtainable, you've created a problem. You've created a society where people feel stigmatized to admit that they've made mistakes or there's wrongdoing, and created some sort of punishment like, oh, you're damaged because you're fucked up. Your thinking is fucked up. Your reasoning is fucked up. Instead, we need to be more proactive and be like, hey, are you good, homie, over there? I see you struggling. Like my friend, hey, are you good? You keep talking about wanting to die. Are you really okay? Do you need medical attention? Is there something I can do for you? We need to get better about doing this, people. So important, because you're going to keep having these situations over and over again, whether it's a gun or you take all their guns away and he goes up and picks up rocks or gets some fucking arsenic and poisons the whole goddamn school, whatever. The point is, people aren't in the correct state of mind and they need help. They need mental training. They need to put down the smartphone. They need to stop binge watching TV and go the fuck outside. Learn some shit. Listen to a podcast. Go on a hike. Breathe some fucking fresh air. If you want to shoot guns, cool. Do that at the gun place. Do that at your ranch. You don't turn them on to people unless they're attacking you. Okay? People who do these kind of things, who snap and kill a bunch of people, it's because they have felt the feelings of nobody gives a fuck about them, so they don't give a fuck about nobody else anymore. That crosses the threshold. That gives them the green light to attack people, because they feel that this is the only way that they will be heard, is to cause so much destruction upon other people, because they're simply projecting the destruction within themselves. Okay? Do you see that? I don't think I got this shit figured out, but I think I've got an idea. My toe is in the pond of trying to see. When I talk to people, I try and look at the eyes and really see what's going on there. Are you really telling me some shit? Or are you trying to just blow me off because you're so sad and depressed, but you don't want to talk about it because you're ashamed? You're ashamed about feeling. You know how I know you're ashamed? Because I've been there. I used to think that I didn't deserve to change. And that thinking has held me back. You deserve to change. You deserve to feel good things. People in this state of mind, when they're mass killing people and shooting up schools or malls or blowing things up or doing all of these hurtful things, it's a projection of themselves. They are so hurt that they see no other way out but to take everybody down with them. You see people talking about this behavior, report their fucking ass. And I know people said that they reported this dude and nothing happened. Look what he did. You got to keep reporting. You got to stay on it until somebody who is talking this way about hurting lots of people or hurting themselves, you got to report them to the proper authorities or medical personnel, because they need help. They need medical attention. There's only so much that you and I can do. You owe it to yourselves and the person who's feeling that way to get help. Get help. Seek help. What the fuck happened to Snappy Chat? It is trash now. I mean, God, I think I talked about it last week, but it's got me again. Ugh. I'm watching all my stories and I'm laughing about my friends. Then all of a sudden, oh, this is a picture of my baby Stormy. Or, oh, this is a picture of me and my boyfriend Travis Scott, and I'm whatever the fuck, Jenner, wearing a mask because the baby's coming. I don't give a fuck. This is my sister's fake ass, or this is my sister Bone and Tristan Thompson, or my mom had to call 911 because she's in such a panic because she's so rich she just doesn't know what to do with her life. Fuck off. You can't see it, but my middle fingers are fucking up in the air. I'm so sick of that. I don't want to see that in my Snappy chat. I don't want to see Black China taking selfies of her fucking ass, her fake ass. I don't care. Hey, Snapchat, fix it the fuck back. I don't like all that shit. I don't want to know about Mammy too hot for you fucking going to the club and that shit. I don't give a fuck about that. I only care about my friends. Anybody else can take a fuck hike. All right? Snapchat, I don't care about nobody else. If they ain't my friend, I don't want to see them. If they ain't my friend, I don't want to see them in my feed. That's that. End of discussion. How dare you try to force this Kardashian trash on me? Oh my God. It's every fucking where. I can't stand it. Snappy chat. But I can say I do like typing in the rainbow letters. Woo! So gay, right? God. Okay. You got me there, Snapchat. You got me there, Snappy chat. But fix the other fucking thing. I just want to see my friends only. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. Customer of the week. Wow. There's so many of them. I can't remember all of them, but I just remember some of the greats because unfortunately I've got brain damage. But nevertheless, some of them are so outrageous. You forget. You're in a state of shock when you hear the shit that comes out of fucking people's mouth. Case in point, I had this Rabies Lady call the store and ask for help. This is what she said. I was like, how do I direct your call? Well, I'm 63 years old, and I'm in a state of panic. I'm like, okay, ma'am, calm down. This isn't 911, so if you've got an emergency, you got to call the hospital. They're, a couple blocks down the street or whatever. Just go on ahead and dial 911. Well, I don't know if it's an emergency yet, but let me just tell you my story. Okay, okay. Well, about 4 years ago, I was at my house, and I was taking my dog for a walk, and another dog came up, a friendly dog came up, but my dog didn't like it. So he basically went to attack the other dog that wasn't mine, but I stepped in the way and he bit me. I go, okay. Well, the problem is I can't remember if I went to the emergency room or not. I'm like, oh, okay. So did you, since you can't remember or not, do you think you can remember if you got maybe a tetanus shot or something? Because when you get bit by a dog, they potentially carry various diseases or whatnot, or whatever. I'm not a veterinarian, but this dog could potentially be carrying different diseases that, you're not aware of. And she goes, oh, well, it's okay because that was my own dog that bit me. The fuck, old yeller bitch? What are you talking about right now? You mean to tell me that your own damn dog bit your leg, but you didn't do shit about it because he belongs to you? And I was like, ma'am, doesn't matter who the dog belongs to. If you get bit by an animal, which a dog is an animal, last time I checked, is you got to get checked out. Well, that's the thing. See, I'm not sure, but I didn't realize that my own dog could potentially hurt me. But I've got these symptoms, and I just thought maybe I could come in there and buy some vitamins for it. I was like, probably not, but go on ahead and tell me your symptoms. Okay, well, basically, my extremities are really swollen, and my tongue gets really swollen sometimes, and I can't talk. Like now, like it's coming back, and it gets swollen. Hold on. Ma'am, are you still there? Yeah, I'm still there. I just haven't one of those attacks again. So basically, my tongue gets all swollen, and my joints, they hurt, and they're all swollen too. Do you guys sell any vitamins? This motherfucking bitch, Rabies Lady, over the phone. I swear to God, she's got fucking rabies, or there's a zombie apocalypse going on right at her house. I was like, ma'am, I'm not a doctor, but it sounds like this could be a potential of infection. The swelling is generally a sign of infection, and you need to go to the doctor. Well, that's kind of bad because, it's been 4 years. 4 years? You got bit by your own dog 4 years ago, and you're just now calling here? You're just now thinking you should do something about it? I said, ma'am, I'm going to need you to hang up the phone and make an appointment or go to urgent care immediately because you're at risk for something. Clearly, you have a swollen mouth, swollen tongue, and swollen extremities and joints. You potentially could have an infection. You need to go to the doctor. Well, I was just thinking that maybe I could just buy some vitamins, but I guess you're right because, I just thought maybe that I could get some vitamins that could help me. But you're right. I think I'm going to go to the doctor. I didn't think I could get rabies from my own dog. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to make an appointment now. Goodbye. Oh my God. Rabies Lady has got rabies. Do you think I want her to fucking come to my work and buy some vitamins? Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Woo. God damn. That's the last thing I need is this zombie ass Rabies Lady foaming at the mouth trying to bite me or something. Get the fuck out of here. Nasty ass bitch. And before I go, all 11 of you listen up. If you are ELLIS fam or if you are Wolf Knives, listen the fuck up. Turn your radio to 11 like Spinal Tap. Turn the volume up to 11. Listen right the fuck now. For some reason, some weird rumor showed up on social media that the Wolf Knives meet ain't happening. And I'm telling you right now, whoever said that, you punch them in the motherfucking mouth. All right? But first, you get their consent. You have them sign the release form, then punch them in the mouth. Okay? Because the Wolf Knives event is happening. That's right. In Los Angeles at the Pink Taco, March 3, 16, 18 at 7 p.m. Pink Taco, Los Angeles. Be there. Be fucking square. Send fucking smoke signals. Postcard. Mail postcard to yourself. Self-addressed stamp. Postcard to yourself. Ride your bike. Teleport. Travel. Book your hotel. Book your plane. Tell your man. Tell your boyfriend. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. Tell your auntie. Tell your granddad. Tell your tío. Tell your tia. Abuelita. Let her know. Make her chocolate. And then get your fucking ass down to the Pink goddamn Taco. We ain't resetting this meeting. I'm not gonna be eating motherfucking tacos by myself again, alright? Goddammit. So you better fucking be there, alright? Be there or be square. Pink Taco LA, 3/16/18, 7 p.m. Get your motherfucking ass in that seat. And whoever gets there first, I will have a super cool, a super kawaii, that's super cool in Japanese prize, alright? I got prizes, motherfuckers. And I ain't talking about my ass neither. Get your ass fucking there. And don't be believing any of the haters or the doubters that this meeting ain't fucking happening. It's fucking happening. And you know why it's fucking happening? Because I hate leaving my house. Because I don't trust people. I don't trust people's reactions. I get nothing but a fucking customer abuse 5 fucking days a week. So all it does is make me want to stay in my house and never trust anybody again. But this is my test to myself. To go out and say hello to my dear friends, my fellow Wolf Knives, my fellow ELLIS fam, whoever the fuck wants to be there. Okay? If you're a friend of mine, get your ass to that goddamn Pink Taco because I am doing the work as well. I will be there. I will show up. I live an hour and 30 minutes away from that fucking place, but I will make the effort to be there. You know why? Because I know that at the end of the day, I'm only going to feel worse if I stay home. I'm only going to feel worse if I make excuses, and I don't want you. If you're a listener of mine, you're a friend of mine, you're a family member of mine, no more fucking excuses, because that is the shortcut road to nowhere. No more fucking excuses. No more bullshit. No more negative Nancy. No more sensitive Sallys. This is Rambo for fucking radio. And I'm teaching you to live your motherfucking life as you fucking should. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns. You fucking hit me up at GenT523. You're not alone. We can do this together if you need to. Or fucking get this done by yourself. However you fucking work. Just get it the fuck done. No more negative Nancys. No more sensitive Sallys. Epic shit. Gonna achieve epic shit. You know why? Because you fucking can. And on that note, this is Rambo for Radio. And we're gonna